What is up, everybody? It's your boy Norn Radd 89 here with another Radd movie review. Of course, we are continuing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre review series, as now we're going to be on to Texas Chainsaw 3D. And I'm going to be honest with you right now, this film is a guilty pleasure. This is a film that I could understand its flaws. It definitely has some big flaws, but I just have so much fun with this film. So let's get into this movie, talking about the Radd rating, the review, the positives, the negatives. Let's get into this. Roll it. Texas Chainsaw 3D is actually the first film in this franchise that is straight up just a legacy sequel. This film ignores all the other previous films except for the very first film, and that's the film that this goes as. So it's a, just like I said, legacy sequel to the very first one. We actually get some really fun cast cameos in here. Bill Moseley comes back to play a member of the Sawyer family in here. We also have Gunnar Hansen, the original Leatherface. He comes back to play a Sawyer family member in the beginning. That's one of my favorite positives, actually, is that they do like this intro beginning sequence where the Sawyer family is trying to protect young Leatherface from a group of vigilantes, like kind of just people in the town that think they're heroes, and they want to go take out vigilante justice on the Sawyers and burn the house down, and the sheriff's trying to stop them. So I love the intro scene. It reminds me of almost like the Universal monsters like Frankenstein, like the community coming with the torches to burn down the castle of Frankenstein. That's a really cool aspect of this film, is that I love that it does go back to the original like that and actually show you 1973 and add layers to that film. What's kind of crazy though is that this film fast forwards all the way to 2012, so it's like so many, it's like almost 4 decades plus later with this film, which is kind of crazy. And another major reason to love this film, I'm going to give you 2 words right now: Alexandra Daddario. Yes, she is a freaking smoke show in this film, and definitely someone who ages gracefully, because her character is supposed to be, I believe, like 39 or 40 at the time. Like, her character Heather is supposed to be 40 years old, and she's one of the characters that we end up finding out. This is a spoiler alert, a little bit of spoiler warning just in case you haven't seen this film. Heather ends up finding out that she's actually a long lost member of the Sawyer family. She ends up inheriting a house from her grandma, and it actually comes to find out that that's a house when she takes her friends. She's got 3 friends. They end up tagging along with her to go check out this new house that she inherited, and come to find out there's a big secret downstairs, and it's Leatherface. Do like the house and the design of this film and the look of it. I actually think the cast is quite enjoyable too. Like, they're these young cast members that do really stupid shit, and they're dumb. They definitely leave you wanting them with more intelligence, that's for sure, but it's just the way they play them off. I mean, Trey Songz is a character in her. He plays Heather's boyfriend, and man, there's some really funny moments in this film. And in terms of like the moments I was talking about, this film is just so bad it's good. It's like, this film doesn't really necessarily know what decade it's in. I mean, there are certain characters that you would think they have cell phones, but only certain other characters do, and the cell phones are like older cell phones. It's supposed to be 2012, but the cell phones don't look like them, but like none of the kids have them. Like I said, none of your main cast members have them, but there's cops. There's like 2 cops and a sheriff that have them, but nobody else does. Scott Eastwood is in this film, which I thought was kind of funny. Clint Eastwood's son is in here. He plays a cop too, so it's just out there. And there's 3D moments in here that are just god awful. Like, the CGI looks so crap, but for some reason it just warms my heart and I laugh at it. Like, this is a film that I feel like it's so bombastic that it probably would have did better if it came out in like the late 80s or early 90s, you know, or like maybe the mid 80s when the 3D craze was really popping off. This was a film that I think would have hit hard even more back then. Right now, this is obviously a film it's not even really a cult classic. Like, there's not too many people I know that like this film. I could straight up be honest. This is a guilty pleasure film because there are so many flaws with how stupid the characters are. Like, we're kind of getting into negatives right now. The continuity with this film, like, for where it is, like, these characters are supposed to be close to their 40s, and these kids definitely look like they're 27 or 28 years old. Like, they look young as hell. And man, there's some silly ass CGI moments. So yeah, there's moments in here that just leave you with your head scratching moments, but I don't know. There's just something about this film. I mean, I actually do like the Leatherface performance in here. I think is really good. This is the first time we ever get to see an older Leatherface performance, because in this movie, Leatherface is supposed to be in his late 60s, you know what I mean, approaching 70s, so it's definitely cool to see, like, they add a limp to the character that's a little different, just the mannerisms, but also the intensity of the face, and the mask is a more older face that actually has gray hair on it, so I think that's really cool as well. This film just goes for, I mean, there's unintentional moments that I laugh at, like the moment when Heather is sitting down at the police station and just going through all the files and kind of discovering that she's the long lost baby of one of the Sawyers and she's a family member of Leatherface. It's just so funny to see that intercut with the scene of the cop going down to investigate where Leatherface is. I mean, you're watching a character go down, and he's a cop, and he has his cell phone like this and his gun like this, and he's walking around taking video, trying to show the other cops and stuff as he's investigating this house, and just the stuff he comes across is like, it screams at you, run out and call for backup. But this character never does it. Like, that's what I mean. You just have to get over the fact that all the characters in this movie are probably going to make the worst decisions that you could make as characters in movies. And I know that for some people, that's a struggle. I know for some viewers, like my wife specifically, she can't stand it when characters are portrayed to be very dumb, and that's how they are in this film. But for me, it's just, yeah, it takes me back to like those certain 80s films with those characters that are like that. And for me, it's so funny too that Adam Marcus, who did Jason Goes to Hell, you know, I'm a Friday the 13th fan, I love Friday the 13th. Adam Marcus was actually a co-writer on this film, and yeah, man, I really don't know what they were smoking when they came up with this idea. And this is actually a prequel film. I found out reading the Wikipedia. I had no idea that this is actually a prequel to the Leatherface that we meet in the next film, which is actually a prequel film to the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. I know that sounds confusing, but yeah, the next one we're hitting up is Leatherface. That's the next movie after this one, and it is actually a film that comes out and is prequel to that first Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 1973, where we end up finding out how, you know, Tommy Hewitt became Leatherface, or Tommy Sawyer. I always confuse the names. That's so funny. Hewitt and Sawyer. I always get the names mixed up when I'm talking about the different, you know, continuity eras or the different generations of the Texas Chainsaw films. Yeah, definitely for me in my book, I understand there's so many cheesy lines. There's so many cheesy moments in this film. But Texas Chainsaw 3D, like I said, is one of those films that I enjoy watching it. I have a bombastic good time. I always have a smile on my face. I'm pretty much probably laughing at moments I shouldn't laugh at, but I'm having an entertaining good time. And that's why Texas Chainsaw 3D is going to get the rating it's going to get. It's going to get a 7 out of 10. So it's right up there, you know, getting close to almost that 8 right there. But I could understand its flaws. I could see the mishaps in this film, but yeah, for me, I do often look past those. But I could be real with you and tell you all that at the heart of it, is not a good film. If you really critique this film and you watch this, you're gonna understand, like, this is not a good film. I don't know what they were doing on the production set, and the writers and the directors. Like, it almost seems like none of them communicated, and they all just kind of did their own thing when they made the movie, and that makes a beautiful mess of a film sometimes when you have stuff like that go down. Please like the video. That definitely helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and hit up the description box down below if you want to see a playlist for all my previous Texas Chainsaw reviews. We are moving straight along, trucking along this franchise. We literally only have 2 more films left to talk about, and then we're going to be able to rank all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films. This has been a very beautiful journey, one of my favorite slasher franchises to talk about, and it's been, like I said, a lot of fun just digesting and talking about these films with you guys, and all the reception I've received and comments on these videos. I greatly appreciate it, but most importantly, you all know what's up. Have a safe and happy day. Peace out.